All right, we're moving on to Unit 1, 1.6, lease or buy. You will need internet access. Okay, so try these. Why might someone want to lease a vehicle? Well, the monthly payment is lower, or you can get a new car every few years. Those are kind of two main things. Why might someone want to buy a vehicle? Well, you get to actually own the car when the payments are done, and there's no extra charges to pay when you're done that. So the decision to lease or buy depends on your situation. If you want to be free from car payments eventually and own the vehicle, buying may be a better option. If your original goal is to drive a new vehicle every few years and lower your monthly cost, then leasing might be the better option. How can you decide which option is best for you? So circle the correct option for each statement. You pay for the extra kilometers you drive. Well, that's a lease. You pay taxes upfront on your purchase. That's buying. You pay charges for extra wear and tear. That's lease. You pay the full price of the vehicle. That's buy. You pay the cost of depreciation. That's lease. And you pay taxes on the monthly payment. That is lease. Okay, so let's move on to our examples. Joel is a contractor in Winnipeg, Manitoba. He's trying to decide whether to buy or lease a new truck. The total purchase price is just under 30 grand, and he's got 5 grand for down payment. So buying option, the loan for the purchase price plus taxes must be repaid in 48 monthly payments of $685. Lease to buy option, there's a $400 refundable security deposit. There's 48 months payments of $390 plus taxes. The purchase price at the end of the lease is $14. Which option will cost Joel less? Okay. Well, let's see what will cost less. So, what is the total cost to buy the truck? Well, he has 48 monthly payments. They are $5,000 down payment times 48 months, and his monthly payment is $685.49. And all this is coming from the last page. They just split the question onto 2 pages. That'll be $37,903.52. What is the monthly lease payment including taxes? After tax lease payments, so it's 112% of monthly payments, because we're dealing with which province is this? This is Manitoba. So now it'd be 13, but we'll stick with 12, I guess, because of for sake of this book. It's $390 times that, we get a total of $437.08. If you're using 13%, you're gonna get a bit more than that. What is the cost to lease? Well, down payment plus 48 months again. So we have 48 months, we have a $5,000 down payment, and we have $437.08 for the lease payment, which would be more if you went with 13% in Manitoba. That'll get you about $25,979.84 or more if you went for the higher percent. What is the cost to buy the truck after the lease? Cost to buy, again, 12% times the $14,100 that'll cost. That is $15,792. Now all we have to do is add the last 2 there to E. What's the total cost to buy after the end of the lease? That'll be $25,979.84 plus $15,792. So it'll be $41,771.84. That's what it would cost to buy after the lease. Which option is less expensive? Well, it would just be buying it straight up, because the lease is $41,000 and the cost to just buy it straight up is 37. So you're saving like 3-4 grand that way. Okay, moving on to the practice questions. Okay, so for the practice questions, I will be doing number 1 for you guys. So, would you lease or buy in each situation? You want to have the lowest possible monthly payment. Well, that will be leasing. You may want to sell the vehicle later. Well, that would be buying. You want to drive a new car every few years. That is leasing. And you want to drive without thinking about the distance. That's buying. Okay, number 2. Reflect why might it be a good idea for Nora to make weekly loan payments instead of monthly payments. So this is just like our example. You have buying option and leasing option. Should she buy or lease? You do exactly the same thing as the example on the last page did that we just did. So I'll be moving on to 3 then. Gerald has 2 options for getting a new car. He can buy it with 0% financing from the dealer. He can lease it at a rate of 2.9% for 3 years, then buy it at a rate of 5.9% for another 3 years. Consider only the interest charges. What advice might you give Gerald? Well, there's so Gerald should buy the car. His monthly payment would probably be greater, but he would pay no interest. To lease to buy, he would pay interest when leasing and again when buying. This would cost more. So that's kind of the advice that they give Gerald. Okay, moving on to number 4. Again, 4 is exact same as 2 and the exact same as our question earlier. They give you total purchase price, down payment, the monthly stuff, that stuff. Exactly the same as number 2. You should be okay. Let's do number 5 then. We have Bertha. She lives in Richmond, British Columbia. She's leasing a car for 3 years. The total cost of the lease is $13,220. The value of the car after 3 years is $19,000. She will finance the purchase for 3 years. The cost will be that much. What is Bertha's total cost to lease to buy the car? So let's go vehicle price after sales tax is going to be 12% of the 19,350, so that's going to be equal to 21,672. Vehicle price after the sales tax, including your finance charge, will equal what we just figured out, 21,672, plus our financing cost of 3,878.70. So we're gonna get a total of 25,550.70, and then our total cost to lease to buy is going to be equal to that charge of 25,550.70 plus our 13,000 for the total cost of the lease, so 13,200. So total cost at the end of this lease to buy will be 38,770.70. So that's a pretty expensive car again. Okay, and it just helps to lay out the formula as to what you're trying to figure out as you go that way. And then number 6, Fred has just finished college. He started his first job. He needs a truck for work. He has monthly payments to make on his student loan and apartment rental. He will need financing. Do you think buying new, buying used, or lease to buy is the best option? Explain. Well, let's just give you guys that since it's just a word problem. I think he should buy used. He already has debt and should try to keep his monthly payments as low as possible. Okay, so that is the book. That's Unit 1. Good job. Check. Hand it in when you're complete, and we'll be moving on to Unit 2 on the next video.